What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you guys the best way to level up in Dig, but if you're new here, feel free to check out some of the videos on the top right for a little bit of guidance and gameplay. This video is going to be more so for people who are like under level 50, 60. So if you're above that, you probably either already know this or it's not going to be too helpful for you, but you could probably learn a thing or two. But drop a like, drop a sub, show some love. Let's hop in. All right, so I had a couple of you guys ask like what the best way to level up is. As you can see, I'm level 88, but I haven't really focused on leveling up like that until recently. But a lot of people don't notice because when they're fighting, they don't really look at their levels or EXP. But when you're fighting, bosses give a lot of EXP when you beat them. They give like a decent amount of the bar of the EXP. I think bosses are the best way to level up by far. I think farming too. If you're able to farm and get a bunch of like high rarity items, that's also good because they give a lot of EXP, but I don't think they give as much as the bosses. So basically it's the harder the boss, the more EXP it gives. I like Giant Spider because it's like in between. It gives a lot of EXP. You can actually see how much EXP they give. So you can see this one gives 300 to 700, 1k to 1.5, 700 to 900. You might be like, oh, Fuzzball, we should go do Fuzzball then, but it's super hard to spawn that. I'm not gonna lie. You could probably server hop and spawn the Fuzzball in, but the Spider gives 1.4 to 1.6. I'd say look at the very least because that's the best way to kind of like do it. Multiple Monstrosity gives 3 to 3.5k, Basilisk 1 to 1.2, and then the new one actually gives 1.2 to 1.4. So you could wait for the direwolf to spawn in, kind of. Whenever you want like a free EXP or free boss, you could go ahead and do the direwolf, or you could find some people to farm with and farm like multiple monstrosity, because there is a method where, because bosses give money when you beat them, so if there's a lot of you guys, maybe like I'd say 5, let's say it gives, you spend like 50k, let's say like Spider for example, you guys spend 50k each, there's 5 of you guys, so that's about 10k each, right? Just a little example. So let's say you guys get 15k each from defeating the boss. 15 times 5 is 75. So overall, you actually make a profit from spending money on the bosses, or at least you make your money back from those 5 bosses if you all beat them, and you all get, well, how much was it? 1.4 to 1.6k EXP. So then when a blood moon spawns, you can kind of get a free boss in and go down there and beat them. And if you struggle with fighting bosses, or you can't find bosses or people to farm with, go ahead and join my Discord. I have a channel where you can find people to farm with. If you just come to the cave whenever there's a blood moon, you can get a free boss in. It's I think 100k. It's got about 100k health. It doesn't spawn immediately. You gotta wait a couple minutes, but you'll see in the chat it'll say direwolf will spawn in 1 minute. So and then when the boss spawns, you can go ahead and beat him. If you don't have a good boss build, I recommend watching one of my previous videos on boss builds, but I have a really good boss build here. I'd recommend the, where's the shovel, Beast Slayer, because it does a lot of damage. You can get a lot of damage in. I do about 500 damage per hit almost, without any type of multipliers or anything, any type of totem or anything. All right, when you beat them, you'll see you get a bunch of EXP at the top. For me, it's not going to look like a lot because I'm pretty much almost max level. But if you're like under 50, you'll get a lot of EXP. Maybe even like half the bar. But this, I don't think he gives a lot of EXP. He gives a decent amount, but not a lot. I feel like Giant Spider will be better. But they actually give about the same. 1.2 to 1.4, 1.4 to 1.6. So Direwolf is actually really good. I'm not going to lie. So any boss is good. If you see a boss, fight it. But some of these lower tier ones don't even give like 1,000. So, but it's still good to fight them regardless because it's good money and good EXP. All right, so when you're coming over to the combat guild and you're planning to do the Spider one, or honestly you could do any, let's say you want to start small and do like, I don't know, I'd say start with probably Basilisk, but they're all really expensive. Oh, they buffed the web horn price. Wow. And there's a boss cooldown, but I guess you could kind of like find your way around that, maybe farm other bosses that spawn around or server hop or something. But let's say you get a couple of people, a group of people, and you all farm the Spider boss, you all buy 1 each, you all make your money back. I'd say you probably make at least the money you spent for the horn, because they made it 60. So I said like 75. So you probably make it like around like 60, 75. But yeah, you'll make back the money you spent on the horn, and then you could just keep doing that over and over and over and farming the journal and the boss drops, and you get money from the boss drops. Keep in mind, money from the boss drops. And if you do like 5, you get like the eggs, and they sell for about like 2k each, I think. So if you get like 5 or 10, you get probably like half of the money back just from that. So you can definitely make a profit. Making a profit is definitely like doable as long as you have, I'd say 10k will be 1 person. So if it says like 60k, you need like 6 people. If it says like 50k, you need like 5 people. 40k, 4 people, 4 to 5 people. So like, it's kind of like that. Now for the Fuzzball. Fuzzball is actually really hard to spawn. I mean, not really hard to spawn in. I wouldn't say really hard. It's just you have to find the flower. You find the flower, it's easy. I don't think it spawns in brand new servers, like if you just join a new server. So you might have to like go into like old servers or public servers, or maybe a private server your friend's been AFKing in or something like that. But there will be flowers all like on the ground. Usually they spawn right here or over there, or maybe in the middle over there. But let me go ahead and server hop, see if I can find a server with one. But there's no way to like force it to spawn in. It's always just going to be like a chance. Oh, it's right here actually. It's always going to be a chance for it to be in a server that's been up for a long time. So the mysterious flowers right here. So I say maybe a server that's been up for like maybe an hour, there's a chance for it to spawn. It just spawns. Nobody knows exactly how. So you pick the flower and the boss spawns, and it's actually a really good boss to farm because you actually get the luck charm from it. The Fuzzball's foot is a 50% chance, and the charm gives a bunch of luck. So you get like SSS. If you get SS on all of them, you get plus percentage and another plus percentage, which is very good. And beating this boss, you kind of like kill two birds with one stone. You try to get the charm. At the same time, you try to get some EXP and money from it. So all in all, it's a good money farm, a good EXP farm, and a good charm farm to start with the Fuzzball. And it's probably by far the easiest one because you could just server hop, join small servers, people are like AFKing in or something, or just server hop in general and just look around and try to spawn it in. And if you do start planning to farm for like levels and EXP and stuff like that, I recommend grabbing the Combat Guild quest. Talk to this NPC. He'll give you a quest to defeat like a basilisk or something. You can kind of like follow along with the Combat Guild's quest, and every quest you complete, you get +1 damage towards bosses. It maxes out at 60, so you only have to do 60, and you can buff your damage like that. So fighting bosses will become a little bit easier, and you'll beat them a little bit easier, and always get MVP. And whenever you get MVP, you actually get extra rewards for being MVP, so you make more money, more EXP, more everything. Along with that, the Combat Guild does give a lot of EXP, so completing the quests, you do get a decent amount of levels. There also is an enchant Prodigy that gives 1.5x XP gained from digging. So if you are gonna do more of like a digging kind of EXP farm, I definitely recommend trying to get Prodigy on your shovel and maybe change it later on, or just get it on like a decent shovel and keep it. And whenever you want to use it for EXP, use it for EXP. And something you could also do if you're really just like dedicated to getting your EXP, like you don't even care about how long it takes or what you got to do, you could do the pizza delivery quest, which is found at the very top of the mountain. You could also do the Tom's Bakery quest, but they don't really give that much EXP. You kind of get more of like the cupcakes that give buffs and stuff, but I feel like the pizza delivery is a better one because you get a car. You can get a car from it along with being able to get a lot of EXP and stuff. All right, we're finally at the top, and you could tell this is going to be a very tedious quest to do, going up and down the mountain every single time, but you get a decent amount of money and EXP from this. And I think every 7 to 8 you get a totem, luck totem or something. If you do 25 quests, you get a certain shovel. You get like a pizza shovel from them, and at 50 you get a really good car that goes actually I think as fast as the Porsche, so you can save some money. But hopefully this was helpful for you guys. I don't know if I don't think I missed anything, but I probably did miss like some small stuff. But that's every way I personally use to level up, and I think is the best way to level up in Dig.